HottSamn. Welcome to HUGZ. Today we're getting into Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood 37. There's a whole lot to say about what happened in the last episode, but you know what? The best way to find out all of it is to go watch our almost hour-long full reaction of episode 36 up on Patreon, or the cut-down version that we have on YouTube that still has all of our conversation about what we thought, because there's just a lot to unpack before this episode. So let's just jump into it, see what's going down.
And now we have Winry in the Hizzy house.
The first Homunculus.
You should have told me you were heading to the north. These two were lucky to have you watching out for them.
It's nothing.
Yeah, they're so lucky.
I was part of the squadron that recovered their bodies. We had been dispatched to help them, but it was too late by the time we got there. I'm sorry.
Thank you for trying.
I wish that I could have had the chance to meet them. They were holding a photo of a precious little girl when we found them, and I knew right away that it was their
I don't like that he's playing up to her like that.
You kept them strong during the worst of the war.
Speaking of Winry, you're in love with her.
Helium, lithium, aluminum, silicon, phosphorus, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt.
Why did I have to fall in love with such a weirdo?
Did you say something?
That's how I feel.
And I didn't say anything.
Is that how you feel?
Oh, damn!
That's cool. Oh, she's I love this. I love how she's so excited.
You want to come check out my work shed then?
Please, I'd love to.
Hey.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Oh.
He's
Oh.
jealous.
And don't go off exploring, not on your own.
I see she's got her parents' enthusiasm.
Well, I've done a little body work on this one to enhance the model's...
I think that's the coolest automail we've seen.
All taken care of and out of the way.
I've got to be patient. Just wait for my chance.
The advance team took 3 days provisions. It's been an entire week since we last heard from them.
That's cutting it close.
I'm also concerned about the team's sanity. An entire week in total darkness.
Dark with eyes.
We're not back within 24 hours. Seal up this hole with concrete.
Very well then, I'll do so. I am the only one responsible for the incident involving General Raven. You weren't there. You didn't see anything. You didn't hear anything. If Raven's fate is discovered, I order you to solely place the blame on me.
See, that's so honorable, you know, to like protect her people like that.
Yeah.
Madame Olivier believes they have a chance.
I'm honored that she would choose me as her partner in arms.
Oh no. Madame Olivier needs the strength of your army, not you. She said you might as well just get lost. Well then, that'll be 35,000 cents, please.
Damn.
I appreciate it.
Golly, that's
Hey,
a
wait.
lot.
A little more than the
Who are you?
520 cents promise.
Oh, just someone who served the Armstrong family for generations.
I love as soon as we see the curl, we're like,
it's like we know.
that's
Safe to say
like Gamma
our closest
Armstrong.
allies.
Oh.
They're still alive!
Oh. That's his arms. His hands are so
That's crazy though.
Lieutenant Henschel?
Thank goodness you're
They've been
okay.
down there in the
there
dark
anyone
for
else? What happened?
days.
The others they were all ripped apart.
What?
Listen, we have to get out of here. It's coming back. It's coming.
Oh my gosh.
No!
Shadow.
It feels like the truth with like the spindly hands and the eyes. You know?
Yeah.
Let's go.
That is urgent. But don't you worry, I'll make sure that he does. Well, thank you, I appreciate it. Salim, shouldn't you be in bed?
Whoa. What was that? That was the hand. The little hands.
This is your father's assistant, Lieutenant Hawkeye.
It's very nice to meet you, Lieutenant Hawkeye.
It's nice to meet you, but I should be going now. Sorry,
Is
I woke
Salim
you.
Pride?
Good night, Salim.
Yes.
Is that
I'm Salim.
voice?
You need your proper rest. Otherwise, you might oversleep.
No.
I know.
That's probably dumb.
I think it could be
He
the voice.
seems like a really sharp kid.
It sounds like a little girl.
He
Or,
certainly
we
is.
thought it was a girl,
He's
but
the pride of my life. I know it's in.
oh my god!
Is it? He's not related to you? Oh no.
Holy
Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!
As a test subject.
Is Salim the first homunculus?
Could he be?
So, put it all together.
Oh!
All thanks to my stepmother.
Oh my god!
She just doesn't know how to show.
Oh my god!
But you.
What?
Your baleful presence also gave you away.
You've got some nerve to ask me a question like that.
What?
Considering the circumstance.
Oh
Such bravery.
my
You've also shown good judgment by keeping your gun holstered. Such a move would only get you killed. It's pride.
Oh my god!
Did he say the first homunculus?
I don't know. What did he say?
Oh
Go
my
back.
God.
Make sure he said that.
You said you were the first homunculus, correct?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Just what I told you. Have you considered switching sides?
Leave her alone! Oh my god,
Why
leave her
would
alone.
I? I'd just be a pawn to you.
So that's a no? That's too bad.
Oh my god.
Oh well.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Are you trying to humor me with your empty threats?
Don't do it.
It's just wasteful to kill your hostage.
Don't do it.
No matter where you are, I will be watching you from the shadows.
Wow.
From the shadows. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
What the flapjack McCracker butts?
Johnson, that's correct.
Hold
That
on.
was so good.
Hold
oh my
on.
god.
How?
Oh. Oh my god. Oh
What? Like, what's... Oh my god. I wanted him in Maychain to get together.
Even like he's such a sweet.
I was
little
so
boy.
sad. I was like, he's just this little, like, he's this innocent little kid. Like, he loves his dad and he loves the Fullmetal Alchemist. He knew what they were up to in the freaking library.
Because
He
he was like,
knew what was
yeah,
going down.
Because oh my gosh, because he was like all like so excited to meet them and like.
Are you freaking kidding me?
So okay, the shadow.
How'd he get from bricks to the house? Can he just, like, be everywhere?
Is he just in the shadows everywhere?
Everywhere?
Like,
Because he has so many eyes, is he just omnipresent? Because he was literally just in the freaking cave.
and does his mom know because
watching the
she
people.
used pride?
He's my pride and joy. So what is
Like,
she?
yeah. What does she know? Or
Is
does
she
she not
mother?
know anything?
He's father. Is she mother?
Mm.
She can't just be oblivious.
Yeah.
Your husband is Wrath.
And you
Your
had to have seen his
son,
eye.
your stepson, adopted son,
Whatever.
is Pride. Where's his tattoo? Because Mama has to have seen him as a little naked baby. Is he not growing up? How long have they had him?
And like you said, like he couldn't have been like that since a baby because if he didn't age.
Well, he would have been created in that form.
Yeah.
He wouldn't
Or
have been
did-
like a natural birth, or he could have been like how Ling was, and he was turned
Which is
at that
so
age.
messed up.
It's like you've seen Interview with the Vampire because I showed you that. Remember they
Yes.
turned the young girl, and then
Yeah.
she's like forced to be.
Yeah.
That's like messed up. It'd be similar if that's what happened in this situation. But I
Like
don't know. Or he was just created in that image of a child because, like father, like son.
and like the shadow though, the shadow thing with the hands is like separate from his body.
well,
Why?
it was like coming out from his eye.
Oh, it was coming out from his eye.
That's what it looked like. It looked like everything, and then everything was eyes.
I thought
and
it just like kind of came from like somewhere else, and just
I thought
like
it was coming
started
out of his
like.
eyes.
Well, like I saw it, but I just thought it was just like reached across his body. But that makes sense for it to come out of his eye. I love how I'm like, is that kid Pride? Oh no, that's probably dumb.
I missed what you saw because I stopped to look at you for a second.
It was,
and when I looked back, you said something about hands, and I didn't see that or whatever, or I didn't catch what it was.
It was,
but
like,
when you said the voice, I was hearing the voice, and I was like, because you know what? I was editing the video a while back. It was like it was the video from when he was with them, when he had the meeting with them. And I had like the most faintest thing about the voice, and I was like, nah, like, because I'm completely bought in that I wanted cute little Salim to eventually be the downfall of his dad. Because I'm like, he loves the brothers. Like, I had this little side theory in my mind, like, that he was going to be in league with the brothers, and because he knew that they were ultimately good, and that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because we even had this whole conversation in one of our reactions, like, how is he going to turn on his dad? And like, but like, okay, so like basically what happened was what I saw was he walked up and his shadow, instead of like a shadow of like a silhouette of a person, it was the hand.
The little hand.
And for just like a split second, it was there. And that's whenever I was like...
As soon as she said Pride, that messed me up.
Yeah, and then, oh my god. Yep. And then the whole bomb drop of, it's Fear Bradley's son, but not hers.
That he's related to. It's not his son.
It's like related,
They're
though.
Related.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then she knows, like, you can't be related to people because blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And oh my god. Oh my god. Ah! Oh man. This was crazy so far, and we're only like halfway through.
How did I not know? This is one of the ones where I'm like kicking myself because
you
I'm
were like naming off every freaking person other than.
I had this whole trajectory in my mind. I'm like, cute little kid, innocent, not related to Fear Bradley, but kind of in the door. You know, they'll get him to see what he truly is. He's going to be this heroic character. Like, I just had this in my mind. Yeah. What I would like to see.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So far off from what I was planning.
I'm just like...
But epic.
Oh, yeah.
Like, totally.
The whole reveal. And, oh my gosh.
Because it's so far from what
and
I thought it was.
And also,
be.
because we love Hawkeye so much, and the way, like, he, like, was, like, basically, like, cut her and, like, you know, doing that whole thing, I was like... Better not mess with her.
Although, I mean, people are going to be upset that I say this, but sometimes a character has to die for the really crazy stuff to happen. And I think had he killed her there, you can't tell me you would not be looking forward to every single episode of Roy Mustang destroying, just turning into a volcano.
Like freaking like epic.
You get what I'm
hell,
saying?
And, like he would go crazy.
I could just imagine him and Armstrong is like fire and ice because she's the ice queen and he's fire. Like
how can Pride die? Like
just like any
so
other
like
homunculus.
In order to kill the shadow, because we're like, how do you kill the shadow?
The light. I don't know.
So like
darkness absorbs light. Though.
You'd probably have to actually like take the stone out of it, or the stone out of Salim.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Oh my god.
I don't know. That's so well written.
Yeah.
You know what though? Kind of a cheesy reveal though. Overall, when I think about it, just the way that they just kind of were like,
Pride and joy.
Yeah, you know what I mean? It wasn't like, you know what would have been cool? If when they were in the tunnel, like they were chasing the shadow or whatever, and they go after it, and then they just run into Salim, like the little boy, because they probably wouldn't know who he is.
We're like, why is this little boy down here?
Because that's also creepy. Little kids and like, children of the corn and like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm thinking like, wow, that's like an amazing.
I definitely think the reveal.
It's an amazing plot line. Like cheesy, it's so cool. Like it's such a cool plot point.
Yeah.
But just like out of nowhere, I just
feel like the reveal.
She's at the house.
Really cool. Yeah. Why was she there again?
And they're just like, hey, He's my pride and joy.
Oh,
you know what I mean? Like
she's like working.
Yeah.
She works now with Fear, probably.
I mean, maybe cheesy is not the right word, but I'm saying like it wasn't like an epic moment. Like
yeah, no,
the
I definitely
reveal
thought it was
itself was epic.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing of Celine being pride, but I'm saying of just like how it nonchalantly happened. It's almost like spoiler
it's the
alert.
writer in you.
If you have not watched Attack on Titan, spoiler alert. It's almost like 2-6. How it was just like nonchalant.
Yeah.
Like how they're just like, hey,
but still like super amazing.
Yeah, like the idea of what it is and how it happened.
I think it's the writer in you, like the writer in you. You're like, oh man, you could have done so much more with this scene. Blah blah blah.
Well, I'm torn because on one hand I'm like, that's cool that you just weren't expecting anything, and it was just this huge reveal that you absolutely.
Well, I think had you seen like that shadow hand thing, you
would have been.
Yeah, because I thought it was so great.
But I'm like, why there? Why then? Why? He's been hidden in plain sight for how long? We've seen him how many times in the episode? We finally saw the shadowy eye thing. Like, why give it away there? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know.
I am confused though, like how the shadow got from the tunnel at Briggs.
Like he's just omnipresent, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm also just like, we talked about this in Death Note. There's just so many things that happen and like craziness going on that my brain is just like, I'm reeling. It's like getting dazed in a boxing match. They keep hitting me with all this crazy stuff, and I'm just like, what is even going on in my life anymore? You know what I mean? Like, I need to diversify my funds. I need to get 401k. It's time to retire. You know what I mean? Like, what is even happening?
My mind is blown. I would have never thought.
All right. Let's.
Dang. Okay.
I kind of want to just stop it. You know, like, just have a 2-part. Because I'm like, how can I possibly go back? Like, how can I...
Well, we got more answers to be
but
answered.
you get what I'm saying?
Questions to be answered.
I'm just so shaken. Just by, like, I'm shooketh, as they say. I'm just very...
So shooketh.
Like, I don't know. I can't even explain it. My mind's just going like 50 million different places. Because I'm trying to think back of all the different times we've seen Salim in the show. And I'm like, is there any like subtle hints that we had? Like that were... And it's weird that he's like Wrath's son. And whenever we see him, because when we saw him when even...
Well, you know how like he was just talking and we were like, why could he hear him? It's like because he was in the shadow, because it was like that one light, and we're like, is he talking from the light? And I was like, that's kind of weird though that he would be in the light.
Ironically, it's the opposite.
Yeah, but it was like there was that one light, and then so if he's just everywhere, then you will be able.
Spider.
Yeah, and the moth. I thought all the different things. Yeah,
everything could
have been him, but it makes perfect sense because I remember specifically that light and how it being dark out. So like. You know, where there is light, there is also going to be a shadow.
Here's my other thing, okay? Because, like I said, my mind's just going to all these different times we've seen Salim. I can understand, like, when the Elrics are with Mama Bradley and Salim, him saying, like, oh, I love my dad does such great work, like, all that, I get it. Mm-hmm. But we saw Salim when it was just him, Wrath, and Mom, like, reading his report, like...
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, if she was in on it, that whole interaction would be weird.
Like, maybe they're just trying to play her, but why?
Exactly. Because it's...
Like, why even have her in the picture?
Exactly. It's weird as is that, especially if he's the first homunculus and he's like this all-powerful creature thing, it's weird as it is to have him, like, play this character that's, like...
Yeah.
All about my dad.
And
you know what I mean? Which is another homunculus.
He ages, right?
Who?
Salim.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Has he aged? How long have they had him? I don't know.
Didn't the mom mention something before about him as a baby?
I don't know.
Or am I just imagining that? Because I remember, like, whenever we were wondering if he was a homunculus too. And we heard something,
if he was,
and
like,
it was
partial
like,
or whatever. Yeah,
and we were wondering if he could age. But then I thought we heard that he, like, a story from when he was a baby, or saw a picture or something.
I don't know. That could all be fake, though.
Yeah.
If it was before
Or I
she
could
actually
just be
got it.
imagining things, so let me know if I'm just
I
imagining.
don't know. I'm trying to think back of different times we've seen Salim, though, and I'm like, I've never really indexed it in my mind because I never saw him as, like, that's why it's so well done, as I've never saw him as, like, a huge plot or a big component to what was going on in the larger story. Like and I thought maybe he would play a larger role later on.
First Homunculus.
So it's not like I can think of all the different times we've seen him.
Did Father make him?
What, Pride?
Yeah. Well, yeah, but like...
He was the first Homunculus.
But like, then what's Father? Okay.
The Father. It's the Father and the Son. I had a father and a son, right? I just was the wrong ones. Because I thought it was going to be Hohenheim with Ed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's really Wrath and Salim are father and son.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Man, this is a lot.
I'm messed up. All right, well, I think we're shooting for another hour long.
I mean, hey, whatever. So
all right, well, let's get back into it. We got Kimberly sitting here with Ed, and I'm just gonna try to live my life from this moment on. Good luck with that to me, and get back into it.
First off, he wants you to hunt down Scar. Secondly, he wants you to locate Dr. Marco, who has very likely fled with Scar. And last but not least, he wants you to carve a crest of blood here.
A crest of blood?
Just like what I did in Ishval. It's very simple. We kill everyone and soak the land with their blood.
Wow.
I would never take part in...
Did you really join the military without being prepared to kill someone?
Tough.
I was determined not to kill.
Well then, let's see if I can find something that you do selfishly crave. Something you and your brother want more than anything. And if you do what we ask, I'll give it to you.
Philosopher's Stone. Winry, you were only brought to Briggs as a hostage.
What? What does he mean, Al? Are you joking?
Listen, I've been ordered by the Fuhrer to fulfill my duties as a human weapon. In other words, they're ordering me to help them commit mass murder.
Why don't you just refuse?
Just drop that on her, you know?
I see. That's why.
They actually offered me a Philosopher's Stone as payment.
A stone? But...
That's right, Kimberly has one.
We can't, brother! The ingredients for a
I
stone...
know, Al.
It's everything they need, though, you know? Like, it's everything they've... It's everything.
Go ahead and do what you want.
I will.
Damn.
Also, I need
She's
Al
watching
with
him
me.
walk away again,
He
you
doesn't
know?
have a body, so he's immune to Scar's bodily destruction.
Don't worry. Brother would never actually use one. And we don't need it. We think we might be able to use Shini's alchemy to get our bodies back. There's a girl that's been working with Scar. We think that she can teach it to us.
He knows that he has a
Going
plan.
after Scar to find this girl?
I think so.
I see.
This is the general vicinity in which Scar was last spotted.
Then that's our first stop.
Hey! Make room for one more!
Oh, to go.
Okay.
Come on, Al, scoot over some!
He's like, I'm metal, I can't.
What
I'm so happy she's going though. I just don't want her to get
Tarnish
hurt.
the Rockbell name if I'm not there to fix it.
I mean, I don't want anyone to get hurt, but like, she's just so innocent.
There's some people I want to get hurt.
Obsessed with your job
Well, yeah, but I
you
mean,
are.
good, like, the good people.
She's been kind of on the DL.
Yeah, I
This
know.
would turn out really badly for us.
Yeah. But still, I can't just sit around waiting anymore.
I've been talking about sitting around waiting, okay? I've been
It's like,
waiting.
girl, you don't even know. We've been waiting for a lot.
I've been waiting for how long for Winry to like be on Team Adventure? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been saying this since like the first or second time we ever saw Winry with them when they had things going down. That I was like, I would love it to be like a trio. You know what I mean? She just adds not only that like female perspective and the caring of like an older sister or mother type sometimes, but also the love interest and like it makes things higher stakes.
Right.
I just love when she's around.
Yeah, and that's why I'm like, as soon as she got in that car, I was like, this is what we've been wanting for like ever.
And it's like, I feel like not only does she bring all that I talked about, but she's so smart. She has a capability and like the passion for the automail. Like she's like MacGyver. She can just create stuff on the fly. You know what I mean? She can bring all those valuable assets into what they're doing. Side note, like I said, Armstrong's been kind of, on the DL. When's she just gonna go freaking Mama Bear and just wreck everybody? Yeah. Because she just took Raven out. Like,
and the way she's like looking down at them leaving, like, I don't know.
Can we talk about Salim again? Because I'm still like...
Yeah, I know.
I'm still messed
also,
up.
how is Winry gonna react to them even finding Scar? Like, because last she saw him, right? She like had like the gun.
Yeah, but they had that whole thing where he kind of explained what happened, and I think she understood a little bit. Like, I don't think she's okay, but I think like she understands.
Yeah.
And especially now with what Ed and Al have seen of why they even did the Ishvalan conflict, like, they have to have some semblance of regret, that they're a part of the machine that did that to them, even though they weren't there.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's why I said I wonder how Winry feels about Miles.
I don't know.
Because I don't know if she knows he's Ishvalan.
Because, I mean, like, he's working, like, alongside, like, like, there's, like, he's on their side, you know what I mean? So it's, like, be like, you shouldn't, like, group in one race with the others if they're, on your side, you know? It's just kind of wrong.
Well, I mean, it's just character, like how we talked about Armstrong, and Armstrong talked about it. How he thought she would remove him and that it would be better. Like, people are going to have their inherent stuff. Like, if, she were to come
I'm just talking from, like, a political standpoint. Like, you shouldn't, like, be like that. But, I mean, from the show's perspective and the way that they act towards Ishvalan, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Ishvalanites?
Why don't they just kill Kimberly? Like, they're straight up, like, going to town on other people. Yeah. Why not just... I mean, Armstrong killed Raven in, like, 4.5 seconds.
Yeah.
Just kill Kimberly. Then you have no threat to... Well, I mean, the only thing is...
He seems, like, really dangerous. Like, I don't know.
The only thing is, he does have a reputation. He is, like, super well known for destroying people in the Ishvalan conflict and just being very powerful and directly... working with the Fuhrer. So, like, I get that. But Raven works directly for the Fuhrer as well. And she didn't give a good flipagram about just destroying him.
Yeah. And also, but though, like he was, like, in her face, though, about everything.
Yeah, but I still feel like he didn't pose as much of an active threat as Kimberly.
But also, like you said, like, she's kind of been staying back.
I think maybe she's just letting... Ed kind of work his plans because she sees things are working out.
And also killing Raven was part of her plan all along because remember then they went and told Miles that whatever like their code word like was like.
That's what I'm saying. It might just be them letting the plan unfold to figure out what's going on. But I'm like, what can they get from Kimberly, like other than the Philosopher's Stone? Yeah. You know what I mean? They already kind of know the plan of what everybody's trying to do. Yeah.
It's like, I mean, I know Ed would never kill, but, like, it's kind of like, kill him and take the stone and run off. But, I mean, okay, so, what if, like...
I also don't get why Kimberly was in jail this whole time.
Because he killed officers.
What does that matter? He's, like, the Fuhrer's lapdog anyway, so, like...
It might have just been for appearances.
I mean, if all the higher-ups are in the know...
Well, like, people like Mustang, like, they're pretty high And
they're not like the top command though. Like everybody in top command knows he had the Philosopher's Stone, and.
But like, okay, if Mustang had known that he killed officers and was just let loose,
they could make up a reason.
That could have been like
they could make up
weird.
an excuse. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I just think that's the reason that they did it.
Plan that...
And he had to sit in prison for his to wait it out until it was his turn to act on and do stuff.
But I'm saying they're questioning it even now that they let him go. But what I'm saying is they have this grand master scheme where they created the entire country so that way they could go and take over other countries so they could freaking create this giant like circle to kill the world essentially. Mm-hmm. They could come up with a reasonable way to like have him not serve time.
I mean, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they are the king of cover up. It's kind of what they do. They made a whole country just to do a cover up.
Yeah.
But it's
But I mean, that's just the best explanation I think is because he killed officers because he could.
I just wonder if he did something like the officers that he killed was like against the wishes of father and everything. So he was kind of like that was his punishment.
Because like he might have killed him and it not been father's wishes because he kind of like let the power get to his head a little bit and father didn't
so it was like time out.
He like felt like it was like he's abusing the power or something. I don't know.
Because he seemed like he knew he was there for a reason the whole time he was there. Like he was pretty chill about being incarcerated.
Yeah.
Because he could have got out with the freezing alchemist, tried to talk to him and I don't know. There's so much in my mind right now, especially not even just this show. Like Death Note's going crazy. Yeah. Like I just have so much stuff like flip flapping.
My hero's
around
got
my
the
mind.
Villains and
exactly, and we got 3 episodes left of that arc from this point. Depends on when you're watching. All right, but let's get into our next video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this. We're sitting again at 43 minutes, so a little shorter than the last one. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Let us know what you thought in the comments down below. Like it if you did, sub if you don't already. Shout out to our patrons watching the full and early reaction up on Patreon. Thank y'all so much for your support. You really don't know how much it means to us. It means the world.
Entire world.
We'll be back later with more videos. We love you guys. Bye.
Bye.